My first month in Nantes was a dream. I found life in France to be exactly the way life should be. My host family took me as one of their own, fed me delicious meals, and I improved my French daily. In the sixth largest city of France, I never got lost. I embraced public transportation, and found walking delightful too. Hundreds of years of architecture, from medieval to contemporary, comforted me. The cathedrals, the fountains, the shops and apartments lining the cobblestone path to school made me think, why doesn't everyone build their city this way? It seemed perfect. Everyone and everything was highly organized and aesthetically pleasing, while being relaxed at the same time. Even the tram was always on time. Except one Friday. I was trying to get to my English teaching internship at a high school when I was the only one waiting at the stop. I had to run along the abandoned line several stops before I found a tram taking passengers. But I could hear a crowd in the distance. It smelled like a mass barbecue. I was curious, but I had to go to work. So when I arrived late to class at Saint-Jean-Baptiste de la Salle, I challenged my students to explain in English what was going on in the city that day. They told me in fragments that the regional dairy farmers were actually losing money selling their high-quality products to the grocery stores. So they had come into town to start a manif, or a demonstration, demanding more government subsidies. One student added that they had brought their tractors. I figured he'd used the wrong word. So I went to see it firsthand. I followed a trail of chicken feathers, rotten apples, and burning piles of hay and manure from the cathedral to the mall, dodging police barricades. When I finally found the crowd, I couldn't breathe from all the thick yellow smoke, and I couldn't hear myself think from the megaphones. And yes, they had brought several hundred tractors into our urban center. The group was thousands deep, yelling, blowing feathers out of hoses, and throwing old fruit at the prefecture, while the police ducked for cover. When it was over, they left the tractors around town to impact the traffic a bit, and evidence of burnt hay and feathers stayed on the sidewalk for weeks after. I began seeing a new side of life in France. These people have problems too, and maybe not the most perfect solutions. They're facing change and uncertainty in their government, their economy, and their lives. They encourage me to think and question actively, and now I no longer see a simple, glorified, romantic stereotype that we Americans give to the French.